Welcome back to another walkthrough from For the Tribe. This is Zelda: A Link to the Past, walkthrough 9, Post-Desert Palace. We start off exiting Desert Palace. We jump off the ledge, off into the main part of the desert, and go back to the desert cave where we met Agana. We'll enter the main room, and we'll go into the second room of the cave. If we talk to Agana, he will tell us that our trial in the desert has made us stronger and the blood of the hero must be in our veins. And if we get out a bomb, we can bomb the bottom wall of this second room, which will take us into a third room of the cave. In the third room, there is a chest. Inside the chest is our 8th heart piece. This will mean we increase a heart container. So now we have 2 full heart containers that we have gotten just from finding heart pieces. It's possible to get this heart piece before we do the Desert Palace, and that might be helpful if you need the extra help in defeating the enemies in the Desert Palace. If we go to the desert entrance and pick up the stone, underneath is a cave. Inside the cave is a thief and 10 pots, each with 5 rupees underneath it. So this cave contains 50 rupees. Then the thief will tell us to check out the cave east of Lake Hylia, that strange and wonderful things live in it. He's talking about the golden bee that we can get. Now go back into this cave and stock up until you get 999 rupees. Then on the other side of Lake Hylia, you can lift up a similar stone and find another cave with another thief. This cave only has 20 rupees, however. And then he'll give you the good advice that defeating enemies can get you rupees. Then if we go up to the magic shop, we can grab some potion if we need it. And if we read the sign, it says that Waterfall of Wishing is just around the corner. If we pick up the stone that we can lift now, we can go up to the area near the source of the river. The sign here says that the Waterfall of Wishing is just around the corner. Look out for the aqua rocks, and the crabs, and the birds. Now it's important to remember that at this time, we can walk through the light blue water, but we don't have the flippers yet, so we can't swim in the deep blue water, so we can't quite get access to the Waterfall of Wishing just yet. If we head north, we will enter an area similar to the Master Sword area, in that it's an extra area. If we take our first left and head up, we'll pass by a heart piece on the land on our right, and we'll be able to follow a trail of light blue water that will lead us all the way up and around to Zora. So just continue heading north, then head east for a time, then head south, and take the bottom path, which will lead you all the way around to what seems like a dead end, but it will really be your meeting place with Zora. He will ask you if you want the flippers, and he will tell you that he sells them for 500 rupees a pair. So, since we stocked up, we have enough rupees. And he tells you that he will also allow you to have access to the magical waterways of the sea folk. If if you jump into a whirlpool, it will transport you somewhere else. There are 6 of these whirlpools scattered throughout Hyrule, and they each connect to various different spots. Now if we go straight down from Zora and jump over the waterfall, we can then walk across the light blue water onto the land where we saw the heart piece before. We can grab the heart piece. That's our 9th heart piece. Then we can fall down another waterfall. And then follow the trail of light blue water all the way out of Zora's domain. Now we can go back to the Waterfall of Wishing that we weren't able to access earlier. So if we go through the Waterfall of Wishing, we find that we're in a cave with a mysterious pond that we can throw items into. The 2 items that we'll be throwing in are the boomerang and the shield. A fairy queen will appear and ask us if we dropped it, and then she will give us something better in return. We will get a magical boomerang that goes faster and farther than the old one. Then if we throw in our shield, the Fairy Queen will appear again, and she will give us a magical shield that can defend against fireballs. Now just south of the Waterfall of Wishing is a whirlpool that we can access. Now this whirlpool is one of the whirlpools that Zora talked about. This one will transport us into the middle of Lake Hylia. And we'll be right below an island that we can go on. Now this island has a cave in it. And it has a similar pond to the one we were just at the Waterfall of Wishing. This pond is called the Pond of Happiness, and we can throw rupees into it. The most we can throw in at first is 20 rupees at a time. Now this cave has a bombing wall on the right side that if we bomb we can go into. The second room is simply a fairy pond. Now if we throw in 20 rupees at a time, 5 times, we will eventually get up to 100 rupees, and the Fairy Queen will appear and ask us if we want to carry more bombs or if we want to carry more arrows. So if we choose that we want to carry more bombs, she will increase our ability to carry more bombs from 10 to 15 bombs. Next time we go in, we'll be able to throw in 50 rupees at a time. And again, as soon as we get to 100 rupees total, then the Fairy Queen will appear, and she will ask us if we want to carry more bombs or if we want to carry more arrows. This time we'll choose arrows, so we'll be able to, instead of carrying 30 arrows, be able to carry 35 arrows. So we continue this process. Ultimately, at the Pond of Happiness, you are going to end up spending 1,400 rupees. So it's important to stock up. If we go back to Kakariko Village, we can talk to the man with Bad Yard. He'll tell us about the Flute Boy, who met a bird that flew him around the world, and that must have been an impressive flute. Then if we go up to the graveyard, we can now gain access to a portion of the sewers that we weren't able to access at first because we had no bombs. So if we push up the gravestone and fall down the hole, we will land in the basement level of the sewers. Now we can use a bomb or our running dash with our Pegasus shoes to open the wall. Inside are 3 chests. The first one has bombs. The second one has 300 rupees. And the next one has arrows. To open the wall again, we just use our dash attack. And then we exit the sewers by way of the sanctuary. If we talk to the sage at the sanctuary and Zelda, then they will tell us some good advice. Then if we go back to the Pond of Happiness and throw in more rupees, the Fairy Queen will again appear and ask us if we want to carry more bombs or if we want to carry more arrows. This is our fourth time going through, so now we'll have a total of 20 bombs and 40 arrows. Then we can increase it to 25. Can increase our arrows to 45. Like I said, ultimately this will take 1400 rupees. So one of the easiest ways to do this is to go back to the cave that we found in the desert entrance with the thief in it, and go in and out of this cave repeatedly, getting 50 rupees each time. So it'll take you probably a good 20 times going into this cave to get up to 999 rupees. And so then, if we go back to the Pond of Happiness, we can increase our bombs to 30 bombs. We can increase our arrows to 50 arrows. Increase our bombs to 35 bombs. We can increase our arrows to 55 arrows. We can increase our bombs to 40 bombs. We can increase our arrows to 60 arrows. Now once you have 40 bombs and 60 arrows, then the next time that you go and choose that you want to carry more bombs, more arrows, instead of just incrementing 5 more, you'll be able to carry 10 more. So we'll go all the way up to 50 arrows. 50 bombs, excuse me. With just 100 rupees, and then we'll be able to increase to 70 arrows with just another 100 rupees. Now that we've increased our bombs and our arrows as far as they can go, if we swim up and around the island and head up to our right into the river, then we can head west over underneath the bridge to our final extra area. The Master Sword area and Zora's Domain were the first two. Now this underbridge area is the third one. There'll be a guy camping there under the bridge. He will tell us that we look like we're in a heap of trouble, and then he will give us a magic bottle. So now we'll have 3 magic bottles. Go back up to the magic shop and get some more blue potion. Where we want to go next is to the entrance to Death Mountain. Now this is located right below the lumberjack's house.